Hello my friends, I strongly recommend you watch this video before you book a resort in the Dominican Republic. I will tell you here very important things which will help you to make the choice. Please subscribe the channel and share with your friends who plan to visit the Dominican Republic, because I'm trying here to gather all the important information for you. First fact you should know when you choose a resort here is the waves. The further north you go from the airport, the higher the waves will be. For example, this is the beach of Melia, which is closer to the airport. This is Impressive, which is also there. And here is Tropical Princess, the center of Punta Cana. And this is Hard Rock, the last resort of the soul. The waves are bigger in winter. In summer, it might be quiet even in the northern hotels. For example, this is Royalton in April. Royalton is in the north and usually has big waves, but today it's more or less okay. This is Bahia Principe in May last year. It's usually wavy, but today it's quiet. I personally like waves, but in Hard Rock and Rio República they are too high in winter. And if you go with small kids or don't know how to swim, choose the resort carefully. The next problem we have here is the seaweed. I have a detailed video about the seaweed in my channel. I will put the link in the description. Here we'll go quickly about it. Starting from 2010 or 11, we have this problem here in Punta Cana. Seaweed usually affects us in summer, starting from May to September or October. But it's not possible to say for sure, because some days it's absolutely clear and nice, and some days it's so bad. A couple of years ago we had a photo session in June and it was very clean and so beautiful. But sometimes the seaweed comes even in winter. Normally the resorts clean the seaweed every couple of days so that tourists can enjoy the sea, but sometimes it's impossible to clean. By the way, the southern coast, Baiaíbe, La Romana, wasn't influenced by seaweed. Try to book there. The only thing is that in Baiaíbe there are only several hotels, because the beach line is not very long, and Boca Chica hotels are not that good as in Punta Cana. This is, for example, the beach of Iberostar Hacienda. It's from last year. Here in Punta Cana we had lots of seaweed, although in Iberostar Hacienda it was absolutely clean. Another problems which concern tourists are the rain season and tropical storms. I have a good news for you. We don't have rain season here. Many people say that summer is the rain season. It's not true at all. We have cyclones and they can happen any time of the year. Normally the rain lasts 1 or 2 hours, might be really heavy, and then goes the sun and it's perfect again. Then in the evening there might be rain again. So it doesn't last 24 hours. Even if the cyclone happened while you are here, you can still enjoy your vacation. Those cyclones usually last 1, 2 or 3 days and can happen any time of the year. Sometimes we experience long cyclones like a week, but it happens rarely. Tropical storms. Yes, we have them. And the season is usually August, September, October. But Punta Cana is all the concrete building. They never build from wood here. That's why we never get serious consequences. There might be water on the roads, but it goes away in 1 day. All those terrible pictures you normally see in the news are from poor areas from the center of the country. We also have good filtration system, so we never get such floods. I've been living in Punta Cana during 15 years. And all these years nothing bad happened to the resorts or the guests of the resorts. Only once, I think it was 2017, several hotels evacuated people, but nothing really happened. So when tropical storm comes, it usually lasts 1 day. We just sit in our houses and wait it to be over. All these photos and videos are from 2020. While some areas of the country really suffered, that's what we had in Punta Cana. Just a bit more than a regular rain. Punta Cana is usually very safe. By the way, in August, September and October you can get really attractive rates for the resorts. And the last thing, when you choose a resort in the Dominican Republic, remember one thing. Stars doesn't mean anything. Always rely on the reviews, but not the stars. Here in the Dominican Republic, if I build a hotel, for example, I can put on my fence how many stars I want. There are no commissions which give stars to the resort. They just put it themselves. So if you found, for example, a 5-star resort which costs $2,000 per couple, and then next to it there is another 5-star resort which costs $5,000, it doesn't mean that you were happy to find a super deal. That means that these resorts are absolutely different. For example, Believe or Natura Park are considered to be 5 stars, but I would give them 3. Barcelo, Iberostar, Rio are also 5 stars. These are average hotels. Sanctuary, Secrets Cap Cana are 5 stars too, but they will be twice more expensive than Bavara Princess or Barcelo Bavara Palace. So forget about the stars. Just read and watch the reviews. Don't forget that there are fake reviews too. In Booking, for example, you just need to create an email to make a fake review. So always read 4 and 3 stars review. Then you will know the real pluses and minuses of the resorts. Or you can of course watch my reviews. The hotels don't offer me free stays. I always pay for vacation. That's why I try to be honest. Well, my friends, I hope this video was interesting and useful for you. Please subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends who plan to visit the Dominican Republic in the comments and come to visit our beautiful island. See you here in Punta Cana. Bye bye!